Hello everyone. In this video we'll be discussing about the files in a C language. Okay. So what is a file first of all? Okay. Whenever we execute any result, anything, just at that time we can see the result, and after that we are not able to store the data permanently. In order to store our data permanently, we can use files. Okay. So it is very easy concept actually. So just go through the video. Today we will be discussing about all these four problems. Like very first we will be discussing about how to create a file. After that how file will be created na? After that, in that whatever the data is there, that data we need to store into the file. After that, how to read the data from the file, and after that we will get the data from the one file and we will copy the data into another file. That is the fourth one we will be discussing. Let us start with very first how to create a file. Okay, let me assume that I have created a variable printf. Within this I will be writing like enter a value or a scanf percentage d comma ampersand a. So here you have a value. After that I will be writing just printf comma a, and let me execute this code. Here I will be entering the value 45 and the value will be printed and gone. So if we execute the same code again one more time, we will not be able to see what we have entered before. Means here the data is not getting stored permanently. Whatever the values we are obtaining, whatever the values of we are getting after calculation, after doing some problem, means after executing some steps, whatever the results we are getting, we are not able to store it permanently, right? So that data we need to store permanently, and for that we need what? Files. Okay, so let me start how we have to create a file and how can we store the data. So here we need a pointer called you can read any name. FP I am writing, pointer name I am writing as FP, file pointer na, that's why. So that should be created with the help of the name file, and make sure that you are using capital letter. So after that, let us create one variable a. Okay, so look here, this is the very important pointer we are going to use, okay, for creation of file. This is the main step I am writing here for creation of file, and supporting which pointer I am taking, the pointer which is created by using the name file. Okay, we have a function called fopen. What is the function? Fopen, which is used to open a file or create a file. Okay, within that any name you can give, file1, and here I'm creating text file. That's why the extension what I'm writing here is .txt. What is the file name I have here? File name, sorry, file1 comma. So here we have certain modes. We can write W here, we can write R here, we can write A here. W in the sense write mode. Whenever we create a new file, that should be opened in a write mode. Is something like we are opening a new book, empty book. What we will do very first? Write mode, right? We are opening a file in a write mode very first, so that we can write something, we can store something into that. We can use R mode also, mode. Okay, so it is nothing but read mode. What is that? Read mode. Read is nothing but if you have something written in your notebook, when you open it, what will you do? You can read the data. So something like this, whatever the thing stored in the file, we can read by using the mode called R. And there is one more mode called append. What is that? Append mode. Let me write the spelling here. It is append mode. Okay, so the purpose of append mode is we can add extra data into the already available file. So as of now, just I'm going to write W. Why? Because I'm going to open a file for the first time. So when you write W mode, automatically a file with the name file1 will be created. You can use any name. Let me use the file name as phone. What is the file name I'm using? Phone. Okay, it is .txt extension. This file I'm going to create right now. Okay, so before creation of that file, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do I am trying to get some input value from the user into the variable A. Simple, normal program how we write printf, enter A value. After that, what will you write? Scanf, percentage D, comma, ampersand A. These two steps are not related to the file you observe here. Just we are trying to get the input from the user. The how we write general programs. After getting input data, the A value, I just wanted to store into the file. I wanted to store into the file. The file name is phone. So the step for storing the data, printing the data into the file is fprintf. What is the function name? Fprintf. It is similar to printf but not exactly. We have to add f in before. Then only it will work just like normal our printf. So generally in printf, if you want to print the data, how we write? I will explain without f first of all. How will print the A value? Percentage D comma A. With this, what will happen is the output will be displayed to the user. But this time I don't want to display the output to the user. Instead, I want to display or store the data into the file. File name is phone. So for that, I am not writing printf. Instead, I am writing what? Fprintf. Instead, what I am writing here? Fprintf. Whenever there is a function related to file, fprinter, next printf, next I will be getting fscanf also. There only the pointer related to the file. What is the pointer related to the file we have here? Fp. You write like this, fp comma. That's it. That's it. Okay. Now see here, I'm trying to execute the code. Enter a value. Let me enter 67. Let me enter 67. How this is happening? These two steps are happening. First of all, let us discuss. As you have written seventh step, it is asking enter a value. As you have written eighth step, that's why it is able to take the input. After getting the input, I have not written anything like printf percentage D comma A. Printf percentage D comma A. If I have written, I could have got answer here itself. I'll press enter here. Where is the output? Are we able to see the output 67 here? No, we are not able to see. But where this answer went? That is the question. The answer went or we have printed into file. How we know that? Fprintf you have written. That is the step for function for storing the data into the file. And just like printf how we write percentage D comma A, that's what we are writing. But additionally, this is the additional step we have. Fp. Fp is the pointer for file name phone. Now let us see whether the entered value is stored in file or not. What is the file name? Phone. Phone dot txt. Na? What is the file name? Phone dot txt. Look at here, it is created, and let me open. What is the value we have entered? 67. Now see here, we are able to store the value 67 in the file. What is the file? Phone. Look at the file name is phone here. Okay, it is getting stored, and this is the text file. Look at the code what I have written. Phone.txt I have written. That's why internally what happened is a text file is created. Its name is phone, where you have stored the value 67. Now instead of phone, let me use some other name. Bag. What is the file name? Bag. Now whatever the value I am entering, user is entering, that I will be storing in the file called bag. Just look at. Very first I am executing. Enter a value. I am entering 125. Do remember, I am entering, what is the value I am entering? 125. After that I am pressing enter. Where is the output? I cannot see output. Why I am not able to see output here? Why? Because you have not written simple printf step. Printf percentage D comma A. Printf some percentage D comma A is not written. But instead of that step, what you have written here? Fprintf you have written. Means print the data, print the value into the file. What is the file name? Bag. Now let us see whether bag file is having that data or not. Bag.txt. Let me open that. So what is the value you are able to see here? 125. The value where the user has been entered is we are able to see here, or we are able to create a file bag where we are storing the value 125. This is how very first we need to create a file This is how we have created a file, and we got the input from the user, and that input value I'm storing into the file. The file name is bag. Okay, this is the first problem we have solved. How to create a file, how to store data into the file. These two examples we have seen now. We have created a file, and the second one we have stored the data. We have written data into the file also. 125 in the file name called bag, and 67 in the file name called phone. That is what we have stored. Now the third one is how to read the data from the file. This is very interesting. How to read the data from the file. Now let us get back to the code. So you remove all these things. Okay, this is the file bag where I have stored the value 127. Where I have stored the value 127 into the file bag. That value I'm trying to get. But for getting the data, for reading the data from the file, I should not use W. Instead, I should use what? R. Instead, I should use what? R. Now, I have to scan the data from the file. For normal scanning data from the keyboard, we use scanf like this. Scanf, %d, comma, %a. But this time we are not scanning data from the user. We are scanning data from where? File. That's why we have to write fscanf. And additionally, what is the name we have to write here? File pointer name. What is the file pointer name we have written here? fp. It is not compulsory that here you need to use fp. You can use any name here. P also you can use like this. Okay, that's your choice. Okay, so now this step will get the data from the file where we have stored the value into that, and now I want to print the data into whom? User. Printf %d, comma a. Look here, here I am not writing fprintf. Why I am not writing fprintf here? Why? Because I am not printing into the file again. What I am trying to do? I am trying to print the data to the user. Means I can see the result here. 125 is the answer I got it. From where I got this answer? The question is from where I got this answer. I have not entered here, but from where I am getting? I am getting the data from the file bag. Let me open the file bag.txt once again. What is the data? Is it 125 is the value is there? That value we are obtaining from the file, and we are able to display to the user. That's why we are getting the answer 125. Means this is the code we have written for this one, this question. How to read the data from the file. After reading the data from the file, we are able to display it to the user. That's what we are doing. Now the next one is very interesting. How to read the data from one file and store it into the another file. Means here we have to open how many files? 2 files. One file is to get the data from the file. Second file is to store the data into another file. Now look at, very interesting. I can expand this question. Instead of printing the data into the user, what I am doing is I am going to write one more file pointer. I am going to create one more file pointer, *p. This is related to second file. Okay, let me open file p equals to f open. This time let me name the file name as what can I do? Table.txt. This is the file I am writing, creating now. Write mode. Look at, observe carefully. In this step, we are going to read the data from the file bag. After reading the data from the file, which is getting stored into A, now I am trying to print into the file or store into the file called table.txt. Now I am writing fprintf. Why I am writing fprintf here? I want to store the data into the file. This time I am not writing fp, instead I am writing p. Why I am writing p here? Why? Because I am talking about the second file. For the second file, what is the file pointer you have? P. That's why. %d, comma, p. Sorry, this is not p, this is what? A. Whatever the value is available in A, that's what I am printing. Where I am printing? Into file pointer. What is the pointer name? P. Which is related to the file. Which is the file? It is table. Means indirectly I am going to store the value into the into the file table, okay, which is obtained from another file which is back. Okay, now let me execute the code. Are we able to see anything here? No. Why? We are not using any printf statement. You observe here. We are using fprintf here. We are not using printf. If we could have used printf, now that can be seen to user. What we have used what? Fprintf means you are printing the data into the file. What is the table file name? Table.txt. But the data from where you obtain? From another file. What is the file name? Back.txt. So the data what is available in the back.txt, let me see. The data is 125 that I am trying to obtain into A. That 125 is getting from the file and storing into A, and that I am trying to print it into the another file. Before that I have created the file, one more file, its name is table.txt, and it is opened in the write mode. Why? Because I want to write or print the data into that file, and for printing the data into that file, this is the step I have used. Now let me open the file name table.txt. Table. Here we have created the table, and see here, now we are able to open the file. What is the file name? You observe here, table, where I am able to see the message 125. But this 125 we have obtained from another file. I am clicking this back. This is the 125 we have obtained, and we have successfully copied into the another file. This is simply right, like copying the data from one file to another file. This is the code for that. Okay guys, I hope you understood about the files. So far in this video we have discussed about how to create a file, how to write the data into the file, how to get the data from the file, how to read the data from the file and print it to the user, and also how to get the data from one file and copy into the another file. Okay, so this is about file. Hope you understood. Thank you.